Hello, happy health habits friends out there in virtual land. So glad for everyone who is able to show up today. And we are on April 10th.
10th.
Yes.
We're on April 10th, and I wore these colors especially for you because I'm giving you the energy, the cruise energy early here, going on the momentum tour with Dr. Anderson.
Awesome.
And my new
Yeah.
favorite person,
I'm sure you did that just for us. Thank you.
my new favorite person, Dave Blanchard. Oh, I'm telling
Oh,
you.
good.
Oh, Augmandino, good.
Yeah.
Is so good. And raise your hand if you're loving Dave Blanchard.
Yep.
He is the bomb, and he is on 5-in-1, which I love because he's like experiencing this whole thing, and we get to have him and his expertise and his experience for free. Hello.
Yeah.
You know how
Yeah,
much
you said he's going to be on regularly now?
well, every second Tuesday. Yeah. And the coaches have been getting him for every Saturday for the last month or two. And he's so inspiring. And I mean, just empathetic leadership. He's just all about people. We gotta just come from the heart, be from the heart. Don't do anything other than from here, right? He's so cool about. He's just so.
And
cool.
I like how he's so mellow. It's just all his years of wisdom and experience, and he doesn't have to do any of the hype. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, there's no hype. He's just like all about love in the world and being excited about changing lives, and oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah. Tell your mom, Candace, no more. I'm so excited. She's like, if anyone says that one more time, I'm gonna.
I know every time I say I'm so excited, I think of Elise, and then every time I hear it, I think I gotta stop saying that, and I hear people.
But we need the cheerleader too. But he's
anyways
for now, so we can now say Dave Blanchard, OMG, but it's OGM, Augmandino.
OGM, yeah, leadership, how to create a creative life. Google him. He's got all kinds of stuff out there. And he's the creator of the equanimity. He did the equanimity book about emotional resiliency, and that was for entrepreneurs. But it just to leading yourself, right? Applies to you leading yourself. You have to lead your own brain. And so if you didn't get to the real enemy of self-improvement, absolutely watch it. I've watched it multiple times and listened to it repeatedly, got my card. Tuesday night was again about the six. We'll talk about this in a second. The 6 decisions. What was it? The 6 fundamental decisions. We'll talk about that, that we need to make optimally well. And every second Tuesday, I guess they're going to have him on. So I'm thrilled because we've been getting him on the coach end. So now everybody's going to get him up front. So that's really fun. So screen share here quick. Hey, Betty, glad you're here, girl.
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Wendy. And hey, iPhone.
Who else is here? Yeah.
Which is not Kathy this time because I put Kathy's name on. I don't know other iPhone, but welcome.
Who iPhone is. They have to put in the chat who they are today. So couple.
It's Elaine, Amy.
Elaine.
Oh, nice. Good.
She's on iPhone.
Oh, good.
She's traveling now.
So, okay, so we checklist looking at enemy, watch the enemy Tuesday, every second Tuesday. We'll talk about the fundamental decisions in a minute. The sale is over for the spring into summer thing on Friday. So if you want to share a box or strategize or have a friend, it's that $100. It's $215 month 1, $100 month 2, $30 that next month. So it ends up being $330. So it's worth someone trying it. Sharon it's worth someone trying it because it's never a cheaper deal, less than $2 a serving. And then you got the message that I'll be gone the next couple weeks. And so watch for me on the cruise on Monday. I don't know what they're going to do, something live to kick off momentum tours. April 27th, I signed up for that first online virtual momentum, Dr. Anderson.
Yeah. Is that the 90-day thing? No,
it's just a 1 day. They're doing live events all throughout the country.
Yeah.
They're going to do 6 optimally healthy, So I signed up for it already, and I don't know if we might do a watch party or something when I get back, but I don't have any plans for that yet. But I did sign up. So anyways, let's see. Y'all are welcome to do that. And then we're doing, instead of the 30-day walk, is anybody following the scavenger hunt? I know Sharon is.
I know
So
Roxy is.
Roxy and Sharon are. It's in the Optimal Life group. If you know you're going on your walks every day and you want to keep up, the walkers wanted to keep going, so they wanted something else to do. So just while you're
Oh,
walking, because they didn't, the 30-day official challenge was over. So what you do is you just use the scavenger hunt calendar, and while you're walking, so you can stay on your routine now that you've established, then you look for the item that you're supposed to find for the day. And just
Like, see if you see a penny on the ground, or
yeah,
what was some of the other
Yeah.
ones?
yeah, look for a balloon, look for a penny, look for a water bottle, look for a chair. I don't know, they had some fun things. It's just kind of fun. So
Keeps the
yeah.
mind active, variety, creativity.
Yep. So it's fun. I've been participating. Sharon and Roxy have. So the more the merrier. Please play in the Optimal Life group. The recipes have been phenomenal. Don't forget, this is your group. That's where you can go ask questions, share things, ask, the recipes and the support. Their moral support is great. So congratulations. Put some loving on yourself today. You loved yourself enough to be here.
Yes, I did.
Remember, when we get out of control and make silly decisions, we have to calm ourselves down like a baby.
Yes. Yes.
Self-love, self-hugs, even rub your face, right? Rub your shoulders, hug yourself. That's that calming juice we need to make sure to reconnect. We know we're on the right bus. We know we're
Yes.
here loving ourselves first. You guys are putting time and energy and effort and money into yourselves that will never, ever, ever fail you. And then when we make sure to get our heart and our head back into sync, then we can make better decisions. Do focus on our why and why are we really here. And Sharon, we talked to your brother today. And that went pretty. It was clear that he was off focus, wasn't it, Sharon? Are you there, Sharon? Can you guys hear me?
She's just going for the mic there.
Yep,
Oh, okay.
he was off focus.
He was totally off focus, right? He was talking about, I'm off plan and this is the plan and I'm not doing the plan. I'm like, no, you're off focus. You're off. Why are you doing this? And it brought him around, didn't it, Sharon?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so.
Like, no, you're not off plan. You're totally off focus. Why are you doing this, dude? Is it even important to you anymore? Like,
And we all need those reminders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, literally, how much is the 10 pounds really important to you right now? Because if it's not, don't worry about it. But if it is, what was important? His going on his trips, running through the airport, keeping up with his girlfriend, getting off the meds, going on the vacations, doing this stuff, right? This was what he wanted. And he forgot. And he just kept focusing on the stupid plan. So does that make sense?
Yeah, because our why can change even daily. I mean, we always have our main motivation, purpose, but we can change it daily.
Yeah, we can change our why. And if you watch The Enemy of the self-improvement that Dave talked about how what I loved is about your why can change. Your why is going to change, and it isn't always going to be the same exactly. But I'm going to put Sharon on the spot here and share with you guys. She is grandma by day and life changer by grandma.
Yes.
Grandma/life. That's her climbing a wall.
Oh, that's
amazing.
awesome.
Ooh,
Good
Sharon.
for you.
You go, girl.
Life
That's
changed
nice.
my soul, girl. I had to share it with our small group because you just
Sure.
are so awesome. You're so. I won't post it anywhere, but I had to share. Look at Sharon.
I know. Crazy.
And could you imagine yourself a year ago, Sharon? Would you have been doing that?
No, I looked up there and gone, I can't do that.
Oh, yay.
But now you can't wait to do it again.
I've done it again, actually.
But but this is the picture from the first time or the second time?
First time.
Yeah.
I did it with the grandkids the second time. They wanted
Awesome.
they wanted grandma to do it. So I
Oh,
shitted up the wall.
And now
Awesome.
she has a new hat, and that's a coach hat, and she just texted me today, and she's like, you know, I just told my girlfriend if she wants to stop complaining about the shirt, to just do the 5-in-1.
Just do it.
Yes.
Take it from
Yes.
Sharon. Just do it.
Just
Just-
do
It's
it.
great.
Just do it.
That's
Stop messing
awesome.
around.
Yeah, you're coming on a full year, or have you passed a year, Sharon?
I've passed a year. I'm not exactly sure what date. I was always gonna look back, but
It was
it's over a
close
year.
though.
Yep. Yep.
Sharon,
And I
tell
missed
them what
last
you
week.
told me today. You said, I was saying, she said, how do you stay off sugar and what do you do? And you were telling her all the things you do now.
Yeah.
And then what were you thinking?
I'm like,
Well-
I need to tell her the honest to gosh truth, what I did. I went on I took a
Yeah.
chance. I trusted Amy.
Took a chance.
And that's a big part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, yeah, what I'm all doing now, but it's like, that's not where I started.
No, yeah. She was telling
Yeah.
her what she does now, but that's not where she started. Yeah. She said, I did the 5-in-1 just to break the cycle, get the metabolism going. And that's what I did. And so she told her the truth and she's like, okay, I'm going to try it.
Awesome. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to do a reset to get the mindset so you can
Yep.
really get on with the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reset to get the mindset. And like we told Alan, Sharon,
What?
Uh-oh, I think she hit the wrong button and she went
We
out.
lost her.
Look, Sandy's the host now. But yeah, so what was your main thing that helped the transition, Sharon? You said you went straight into the 5-in-1 by trusting Amy. So what did it take to trust her? I mean, did you even know her to trust her?
Not really. I mean, I knew she knew people I knew. I guess,
Okay.
she knew
So
people.
a good
I knew.
reference.
Yeah, good reference. And
So-
I had been doing these challenges, just like, okay, one more challenge. Get off sugar.
And how do you think the challenge helped you get into the mindset ready for the 5-in-1?
Well, I was ready to focus.
Good.
I was doing some other small habits consistently. And so then, okay, this is just another thing to do consistently. Follow the
Awesome.
plan.
Do you feel like doing the challenges helped you build good habits?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It got me started.
And
It
that's why
got
we
me
invite
started.
friends. Yeah, like you're doing now, inviting friends just to do a challenge.
And it
I
got
was
me
looking
started,
back.
and so yeah.
I was looking
Started
back
with little things. Was able to start with little things, and because for the sugar thing was a big thing.
Yeah, that's a big one. So maybe not
You know.
tackle that one head on straight out, but
Yeah.
work your way into it. So that's awesome. Welcome back, Amy Michelle. We thought you left early on your cruise or something. Or you hit a wrong button. I don't know.
my internet.
Anyway, you're here. We were
whatever.
interviewing Sharon and it's
I
all
hope
good
you
now.
can punch yourselves. Sharon kept
Oh,
telling
yeah.
me.
Oh, we're all good.
We're all talkers. We are all talkers. so.
Don't have to worry about silence from us.
Yeah, and Margot showed up just as you got booted out, Amy. So
Yeah,
We're
no
all
dead
capable
air.
of amusing ourselves.
There was no dead air here. No dead air
that's
at all.
right.
You finished the story about Alan. His brain needed to be on 5-in-1. Did you guys hear me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, yeah, okay. That was the point. It's like, no, Alan, you gotta learn how to be well. You can't just, well, we always think it's something else. No, it's not. It's right here. We have to learn. We have to commit a time to learning. And I just wanted to Wendy has to go do her volunteer job. Can you share your gems that you had earlier, Wendy, for me? She had some really cool things I thought she could share before she leaves.
Oh, yeah, I forgot where I even saw this. I think it was on a YouTube thing or whatever. And it had to do, it has to do with grocery shopping and making the most of your budget
Her focus is financial health, by the way, guys, making sure that she is.
and keeping myself on track financially. So,
Yeah.
and I am kind of addicted to sugar, but I don't overdo it. But I realize I have too many like snacky things in my house. But anyways, I heard this tidbit about how to keep your grocery budget in perspective so that you're spending money on the right things. And they did a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing, and it was like when you shop, you should have 5 vegetables, 4 fruits, 3 proteins, 2 carbs, which would be like your bread products or whatever. And then the one is like one little snack for yourself. This is if you're not like totally avoiding sugar. But so that, you're keeping it in perspective, keep the proportions correct.
Mhm.
I like it.
I like that. That's great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and keep the proportions correct. And it's funny because I've been living my life by this hand thing, like spiritual health, physical health, home health, find friends and family, and then lastly, secular or work, professional health, and that kind of follows that, right? So I've been trying to
It's like not 6 bags of chips and 1 apple.
the 5 figures.
Something like that, right?
Could you repeat, Wendy, could you repeat those numbers again? 5 vegetables,
Yeah, it
what?
was like 5 vegetables, 4 fruits, 3 was protein, 2 was like your starches, and 1 was like your sugar, 1 like little treat.
One little treat. That's a great rule. I love it, and I love that it follows my finger rule that I've been trying to live by.
I mean, I don't know that it's really scientific, but that was like a way to like put it in perspective.
It's
and
nice.
like,
Rule
yeah.
of thumb.
Nice. Yeah. The little finger gets the least attention. So the little treat should be
So you're
the
not
little finger
spending
gets
more money on the dumbest things.
not spending more money on the dumbest things. That is brilliant.
Or the
love
least
that.
productive or whatever, least nutritious.
I love that. Thank you, Wendy, for sharing. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your focus on financial health because we all need to do that too, right? Who doesn't? Raise your hand.
No.
And yeah, Kathy's in the financial world forever, so she knows. She's like, yeah, we all.
Okay.
So thank you, Wendy, for
Mute
sharing
and
that.
I have to drop off in about 10 minutes.
Yep. So thanks for inviting your friend Barb. I hope she shows up at 12:30. So that's great. So who else has to leave early? Deb Swales, I know you have a busy day. Do you want to share how you're doing on 5 and 1 in case you have to drop off?
I can. I feel that I'm
Maybe
doing
since
well.
Maybe day 6, day 7, day 6?
Yeah, day 6.
Okay.
I feel I'm doing well, even though I sound like I'm not because of a cold, but I feel that where I got it, the people that have it are a lot worse than me. And I think that my water and eating correctly has helped me,
Yes.
get through and keep going. So, I was very surprised at that because usually it just takes you down. But I'm doing well. I feel more energetic because I should be sleeping and taking a nap right now. But I'm still working. But no.
You think you have more energy, so you think you have higher immunity because your nutrition and your hydration
Yeah.
is good, and you think you have more energy because of it too.
Right, because
Right.
usually, something like this would just shut you down.
Yeah, and Martha
Yes.
is her boss. Martha, our large and in charge Martha. She's her boss. Well, she left her with everything while she's on vacation. So
Yes.
what a savior the fuelings are right now, right? Just you don't have to think, right?
That's right.
So
Right.
that's awesome.
Awesome. Congrats,
up the good
Deb.
work.
Way to go.
Keep up the good work. Progress, not perfection. You're doing it, girl. 5 pounds already. Everybody give her a whoop whoop. Yeah.
And to notice it within your first week, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yep. All
Well,
right.
what helped me there was, I was waiting for my box to arrive. And Amy, you helped out by saying, start drinking your water, do,
Yes.
kind of get yourself prepped. And I started almost a whole week ahead of time with prepping, which really worked very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And didn't you wean out of some soda or something?
Yes, my A&W diet root beer. I love that.
Oh, are you off of it now?
I have not had it
Wow.
for over a week. Yes.
That's tough.
That's a big deal.
It is.
That's
I
tough.
love that.
Yeah, don't forget there is this, the cola stevias or root beer stevias will help be a
Mhm.
crutch if you need it. So but that's a good job. Bravo.
Thanks. Thank
How
you.
about you, Sandy, Kathy, Sharon, who wants to share? Candace, you haven't been on in a while. Is there any wins or struggles that you'd like to? I'm not sure how long you can stay today. I don't want to put you on the spot, but you're always such a wise woman.
Wise for showing up today.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm trying to unmute myself.
My
I,
Candace system.
yeah, I've been missing this. I've been helping some older ones as they need to get groceries and things, and it always seems to fall on a Wednesday. So, this Wednesday it didn't. So I'm like, I'm going to be on there.
Good.
I listen to you
Yeah,
guys every
great.
Wednesday. Yeah, I've been trying to keep track of, making sure that I keep track of what I eat and setting some goals for myself. And I've gotten really addicted. For my special treat is cosmic apples. I don't know if you've tried the cosmic ones, but they are like my idea of the perfect apple. They're a little bit sweet, tart, just right, just the right crunch, and I love it with almond butter. So that's my special treat for myself instead of
Awesome.
candy bars.
Good for you. Bravo. Much better choice. Much better choice.
Now I'm gonna go get me a cosmic apple.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it, but I'd love to
I
try
never
one.
did either.
Yeah, they sell them by the bag full and they're just really amazing. Yeah.
Well, we might
Oh.
have to come to Nevada. No,
New Mexico.
New
Yeah.
Mexico. I always get that straight. New Mexico.
Some of
Yeah.
them
Well, I
deserts.
just get them at Walmart, so hopefully you can too.
Oh, Walmart. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
Walmart. We'll look at Walmart. Then that should
Yeah.
be pretty available.
Yes.
New Mexico. Everyone, let's go down there to that Sandy National Park next door to her. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
right
All
there.
right. So tracking is the key and healthier snacks. That's good.
Yeah.
Anything you need to struggling with or anything you need?
Living in the desert, I'm always struggling with water, and I have to add electrolytes because my body doesn't absorb water the way it should exactly.
Yeah.
I am struggling. My A1C has been high, so that's why I'm really working at trying to stay away from the sugar. I have another follow-up with my doctor, but a lot of my numbers, she said they're not showing a particular autoimmune disease, but she said dehydration and dehydration can be one of the reasons that the inflammation is high in my body and the sugar's a little high. It can throw everything off. So I'm trying to really work on that.
Oh yeah, and then
Interesting.
that's why you're looking at doing the liquid turmeric too, right?
Yeah,
That'll be
yeah.
good. That's good.
It is. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I like that. I'll send that out later. I totally forgot about it,
Oh,
guys.
you got it to me. Yeah. I'm
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll send it to everybody. I'm not sure, but anyway, Sandy, Kathy, anybody, Deb, want to
I'll share.
update?
So I've been over the last few weeks not walking like I used to, not eating healthy, eating a lot of sugar, and got into a new habit of every time we leave the nursing home, we stop at Arby's for happy hour and get a slider and share a fry and a beverage. Bad habit. It's easy to get into. It's super easy to get into when your Uber driver stops there. Meaning my
Yes.
husband. My
Right.
husband.
Oh,
I caught that.
But yesterday, I shared this right before we started recording. I won the lottery at the lake for a boat rack for my kayak. We took the boat down there, it's locked up, ready to start. And as soon as the weather gets a little bit calmer and warmer, that boat is going to be in the water every day. So
Yes,
I think I just
ma'am.
needed, I
good
think
for
I
you.
needed a boost in the arm. Yesterday, we walked at the Arboretum. Daffodils are coming up. The spring flowers are starting to pop. So I'm feeling like I can do this. Yesterday, I had 3 fuelings and fairly healthy food, and my carbs, proteins, and fats were in the right order. I slept really well. I'm not a water drinker, but I had 5 glasses yesterday, which is a lot more than I've been
Good
doing.
for you.
I
Good
had
for
to
you.
stop at the porta potty at the Arboretum a couple of times, but it is what it is. I know where they are.
That's why they're
I
there.
walk at the Arboretum. So I just feel like I'm in a better place. And I made the choice not to go visit mom yesterday. I have been there every day since she went into the hospice at the nursing home. And her friend from Florida came this weekend. She's younger than me. She's her adopted daughter because she took her in many years ago when she needed a place to live. So she came to visit, and she's a therapist. And she said to me, you need to set more boundaries. You can't be there every day. You can't be there for hours on end, because I can't even be there for more than an hour. I'm a therapist, I'm her dear friend, and I can't handle her for more than an hour. So I'm giving you
Wow.
permission to take care of yourself and not be there all the time. Because what we notice is when I'm there, she's in her same old pattern of bossing me around and telling me I can't do anything right. When a
Yep.
friend is there, they have a conversation.
Yes.
We still aren't there yet. And so she told me, until you are in the conversation mode with your mom as a mother-daughter, don't put yourself through this. You don't have to. You don't have to feel guilty. And then the other thing that happened was my walking buddy, my physical therapist friend, I was telling him how my hands were hurting so bad. I mean, the arthritis is really bad.
Oh, boy.
He said, sugar is the culprit. You need to stop the sugar. I mean, just point blank. He's like being, you need to stop the sugar, and then you won't be in so much pain. So I'm hearing it. It's sinking in. I just was in a low place for so long dealing with all this stuff that I just couldn't get out of it. But that
Yeah.
winning the lottery for my boat wreck yesterday was the thing that turned me around. I'm hoping. This is today. Tomorrow
yeah.
it might be different, but today I'm in a good
Today.
place, and I feel confident that I'm going to be. And I lost 2 pounds.
Yay!
Wow, yay.
I lost 2.
Always
the
remember,
Today
remember
is a
Dave,
good day.
Well,
remember
that could
Dave
change
Blanchard,
tomorrow
Yes.
too, but today it's good.
remember Dave Blanchard
Good.
said, get inspired by the next millimeter, the next
Millimeter.
millimeter. Get inspired, get creative by the next millimeter. One
I don't
day.
know who he is, and I haven't listened to any of his stuff, but
Well, then
I'm
you
gonna-
need,
Okay.
I'm gonna not should you, but you need to want to watch it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I'm
That's
keeping up
good.
with the other routines, the
Good.
good sleep, the
Good.
Bible study, the parts that I've always had
Good.
control over. And I am getting,
Yeah, those are
I'm getting
your
better
things.
with getting the stuff out of here. I mean, little by little,
Yeah.
I'm still surrounded by it. But again, my mom's friend who came is a minimalist, and she told me how she went from a mansion, literally, to an RV that she's living in now since her husband died.
Wow.
And she was sharing with me how she feels so unburdened in her life
Yeah.
by getting rid of all the stuff. And she
Yeah.
said, your house is adorable. I love coming here. It's warm and friendly. But I can see that you would be better off if you got rid of so much more of the things that are
Mm.
holding you back, the emotions that are attached to all the things. So I'm listening. I mean, I'm hearing it. It's slow, but I'm hearing it. And I know in my heart that it would be so much healthier to look around and not have piles of stuff that have emotional attachment. All the clothes, all the stuff. I don't need, just like Steve has like 25 screwdrivers all alike in his toolkit. I don't need
Yes.
all the kitchen utensils. I don't need all the pots. In fact, she was telling me about this
Okay.
thing called an 10-in-1 air fryer, foodie air fryer that does crock pot, air fryer, pressure cooker, everything in one appliance. And I'm thinking that might be what will turn me around, to have one thing that I can cook in and cook health. Do you have one, Sharon?
I do have one.
Are you loving it?
You're on mute, Sharon.
I've not used much past the air fryer, but it will do all of that.
So she
So
was telling me how because she's in a tiny space, how she has that
Yeah.
appliance and a juicer. That's all she needs
You
for
should,
all of her
and you
cooking.
know what, and overall, they say you don't need anything in your kitchen that only does one thing.
Yep.
That's the
Yeah.
other point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I asked if it
Yes.
would make toast. I think she said it would even make toast, which
Yeah,
blocked
it
my
does.
mind.
I've been,
And
Like toaster oven.
my
So I'm
oven
just
broke. I don't have a microwave, and I use my air fryer for almost everything, and my toaster oven.
Well, yeah, and that would be healthier. I don't think microwaves are healthy, but
I
all of
cooked a
the all of
steak
the
in my air fryer last night. It was amazing.
Really?
Yeah, because I got those silicone tray things.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing it on parchment paper and letting it drip all over the place, I got
Yeah,
this
that's
silicone thing that sits in there and catches all the grease and everything. Yeah, I cooked
what
this
did you
little,
make in your air fryer last night?
this little steak.
a
Oh,
steak.
steak. Okay. Because I was thinking even about all the fuelings that I throw in the microwave. I've always thought microwaves aren't that healthy. So I'm wondering if
Even there.
fuelings would work great in that air fryer. I'm thinking. that you could
Yeah.
cook anything in there.
And
Yeah.
I'm dropping off. See y'all next week.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
Wendy.
Bye.
Bye,
Yeah,
Wendy.
and
Bye.
ask the question on optimal life, because I know people are doing fueling recipes in the air fryers. I just don't have one and I don't do it, but I know they are. So just ask for advice there and you'll get plenty.
I mean, once again, I have resistance from, the other person. And we don't need another appliance. I said, no, the
The other
point is
person.
to get rid of the other ones and have one multi-purpose. So I'm
Just-
working
Yeah,
on
I
it.
think he would see the logic in that. And it's amazing, Sandy, that you got 2 health professionals telling you what you already knew. And that's why it resonated, because you already knew it in your heart.
And
I
just
know all about how to
we-
do this. I
we
just
need to
hasn't been
remember
clicking
that
lately.
extra weight is always not is the symptom. It is not the problem. It is always in here. We keep the extra weight and the extra junk and stuff because we have this problem in here.
Mhm.
Until we address the emotional issues, the weight, whatever baggage we're carrying financially, emotionally, externally, is not going away, right? It just isn't. So there's no way around it. We've got
Right.
to work in the mental
And
gym
it's true because
every day.
my financial situation is stable. My mother's is the one that I've been dealing with that's giving me all the stress, running out of
Yeah,
money,
it's
trying to
still
get on
stress.
medical assistance, trying to get the proper billing. I mean, I spent hours, yes, I wasn't with her, but I spent hours trying to straighten out the billing and all the other stuff that has to do with her care.
Yeah. So
So
yeah.
I see that even though it's not my own financial stress, it is stressing me and causing.
Yeah, it's your family
Yep,
Mhm.
directly
Mhm.
connected.
And then
Yeah.
secondly, remember sugar, external added outside sugar is like putting gas on a fire. It really is for A1C and
Inflammation.
It's the first thing. And that's what Sharon's doctor said that got her really thinking, I need to get over the sugar thing, because she had all the, right, Sharon, I'm speaking for you, had all the aches and pains and it was the sugar. She realized she put 2 and 2 together and it was sugar. Now, who
And
wants
that goes back to what you said earlier, Deb Swales, that, less sugar, better immunity,
Yeah.
because that's
Yes.
just adding the more inflammation on trying to fight inflammation, which is what all sickness is. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
who
yeah,
watched
so it
Monday
goes back
night?
to that.
Anybody? 6 foundational decisions or yes?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Sure
yeah.
hand.
Let's talk about this before we run out of time. Deb Marley, tell me, what's one of the 6 decisions that you got? Give me 1 or 2 of them and how you
Let's
will
see.
apply them.
Have to get to the right place. I'm a note taker,
And
so.
we'll go around Robin. Give me 1 or 2 and tell me how you're going to apply it.
So
or
be
how.
steadfast, be steadfast. So just keep doing the same things that you know you're supposed to do. Day after day, taking it in small increments. Don't look a week down the road. Look maybe to your next fueling or small pieces.
Yes.
Do the
Awesome.
next right thing for the right reasons is what he said.
Do the next right
Thing for the right reasons.
for the right. I mean, that's like next hour, next 2
Yeah.
hours, every 2 hours at a time. God, give me the strength to be sober for 2 hours for my emotional problems, my gambling
Yes.
problems, right? Give me self-control for 2 hours, right? To make the next right decision. And that's what Wendy was saying when she felt she logged off. And I was going to say to her, she actually got some of her friends' AA books and has been reading some of the 12-step books because of
Yeah.
trying to get, how do they stay on track? Like, how do they do that? Well, it's the 12 steps is really our 26 steps on steroids. It's about one moment at a time and being steadfast, like you said, one decision at a time. Yep. How about Sharon or Kathy? Kathy, what'd you get? What did you get out of, what's a point or 2 that you got?
Well, he said to strive for excellence, and I thought that was good. He said not perfection, but
Yes.
excellent. Like if you're, drink your water or eat your fuelings on time, just take those steps, but try, strive for excellency, but you don't have to be a perfectionist.
1%,
And then of course,
1% at a time. Excellence for you.
right.
That's what I appreciated, because it can put me off into perfection land all day long, thinking like
Yeah,
that.
that's how I am. Like, oh, I goof that up, and then, but you can still stay on track. And that's the resilient part. He said you're going to get knocked down, but you've got to get back up and take one step at a time. I thought it was really good. And be intentional. That was a good one too.
1% at a time. be excellent, 1% at a time, whatever the little thing is. Yeah, what else? Any other points that you like, things you'll apply?
I thought like when he was talking about being intentional, he said avoid, playing out the catastrophe, like, oh gosh, if I don't do this, this is going to happen, and I sometimes tend to go that direction. And he said also avoid fantasy, just be present, just be in the present time.
That was from the enemy of the enemy of self-improvement too. We're living in catastrophe and versus or fantasy and reality. We're missing reality. Reality is right now. And we have to live right now. I like the point where he said you can only touch now, right now. You can only touch now, right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can literally only live in the present. You can't live in the future or the past.
I know. I love
That's
that.
what anxiety and worry is all about. Regret.
And I don't know if this was part of it because I didn't see Monday, but for me, I was just thinking about planning ahead. Like I'm planning to visit mom today. I'm going to have some specific questions to ask her about her life or about the past or about her childhood so that we can have a conversation instead of her getting into this, telling me everything that's wrong where she is and how she wants to be dead.
Right.
I'm going to just start with questions that maybe she'll respond to rather than just going in and saying
good for
hi,
you
and
for
then she
having
just starts.
intentional prompts.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else? Betty, Sharon, who else watched? Deb?
I wanted to add, be resilient.
Be resilient. Yeah.
That just struck me because he was talking about bouncing back from adversity because we're all going to have it over and over again, probably at our stage of life. So just taking life one step at a time. So bigger than your feelings, it's life.
Yeah. And related to that, I think he also said, but if make the choice after get knocked down, you may not get back up.
Yeah.
So make the decision to get back up first. I'm gonna,
That's profound.
If that's the way I interpreted it. So
absolutely, Sharon. He said you make the decision today that when you get knocked down again, you are getting up.
Yeah, when, not if.
When.
Yeah.
Life hits you, I'm getting back up and I'm not quitting. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I love that we're reviewing these things because as I'm listening, I can only take notes so fast and I miss things. So that was one thing I missed. And so I really appreciate review.
Yeah, that's why I listen to the recordings over and over. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love these meetings because I can't ever do Monday night and I don't find time. I could, but I just don't.
You can.
So these are my cliff notes. Every Wednesday, I take cliff notes and learn from all of you that saw them.
I know.
Down the road, you'll be making time. Betty, did you have notes for Monday? There's a couple other points we haven't hit yet, you guys.
No, I really like my thing is moderation and follow through. And I really like what they said, do the small things, do the next right thing. And that's what I've been trying to do since we started this was moderation and then follow through. And I have a little checklist and I check down the day. Did I put my night pumps on? Because my legs aren't swollen in the morning if I wear my pumps. Okay. And just little things like that. And
you are an exemplary step one. He said, be self-directed. I want to, I get to, I choose to. Your attitude is I want to, I get to, I choose to.
Yeah.
You are self-directed and you're positive way more than me. I mean, I wake up with the negative Nellies. I got to go. No, want to, get to, have to. Not Betty.
Betty's already doing it.
Yeah, I get up with my pen so I can check. Good, I got one thing on my list checked off. I already did that.
And yes, she's always saying, I got to have my feeling and do it. I get to have this. And she's always excited about being self-directed.
That's awesome.
I know. Right?
Very good.
I have one thing that I've been excited about for 2 weeks and haven't been able to share. But one of the things, and I finished my quilt, it show you on it, it says that I will dance. And that's from you, Miss Amy. And I read in a newspaper article, it was so good. It was talking about dementia, and it said 3 things to avoid dementia, to get rid of, so you don't become, what's it, the term? Anyway, the first one, Alzheimer's. You don't get Alzheimer's. The first thing, most important, is flossing your teeth. The third thing, most important, is learning a language. Do you know what the second thing is to avoid dementia? Is dancing.
Oh,
Exercise as a whole is really important for keeping your body and mind healthy, but not all exercise is equal. The complex routines like dancing and boxing, I don't suggest we go out and box, the dancing are most closely linked to a decrease in dementia. And I did want to mention that to Dr. Amy, because she always impresses me about getting up in the morning, putting her music on, and dancing.
Yep, do my little dance.
See,
Absolutely.
see, and that's why you're lucid and not cuckoo,
Gotta
cuckoo.
gotta have it. Amen, sister. So self-directed, steadfast, excellence, resilience, and we got 2 more. Did we say intentional? Be intentional?
Yeah.
Yes.
That one?
Yeah.
Yes,
Be-
intention.
It's
Be
be
intentional.
coachable.
Be coachable.
Be coachable, yes.
Kathy.
Be coachable.
That's what we missed.
What did that mean? What did that mean? I love that
It
one.
means you don't argue. You don't argue when someone tells you something.
Well,
And you're willing,
Keep an
humble and
open
willing to
mind.
try.
Yeah,
Be open.
open-minded for sure.
Because so many people go, yeah, but, and they don't hear what you say because, yeah, but. No.
Betty, the
don't
teacher,
do
knows
that.
all about that.
Oh, yes.
Before we
yes.
get too far,
I
Betty,
have one.
what were the 3 things? Flossing,
dance,
dancing, and what was the third?
The third one was learning a new language.
Oh,
learning a new language.
oh.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Me
wanna-
It
neither.
could be computer language. It could be a new way of eating.
Oh,
I want to visit Be Coachable because you all are coachable because you're showing up
Yes.
open-minded,
yes.
you're open to feedback, and you're
Mhm.
open to learning how to do things better. And then he mentioned something about why are people resistant to being coached?
Being what?
Why are people resistant to being coached?
Oh,
Something about don't want to be less than.
Yes, that's what he said. Because you're thinking that you're less than
Mhm.
the person that's, I guess, trying to coach.
Or your ego, because you
Yeah.
want to think that
That's
you
what
know
I
all
think.
the answers.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you think, oh, I've been through all those schools of thought, and
Yeah.
I know that I don't need to waste time with that coaching thing. I just going to move on with life.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I
ego.
also think trust.
And what I like to think of it is I'm coached, and I have Dr. Amy and I have Dr. Michelle, excellent, is where does this piece of wisdom fit in with the pearls I already know? And if some of the stuff you learned before, you learned it, but you don't work it. How can I work it now? Now I have maybe I have the key to turn it on and start working it and using it. No, I love it.
This is great.
You
Yeah.
guys keep
Yeah.
coaching me. Keep coaching me.
Knowing is on one side of the Grand Canyon and doing is on the other. The bridge,
Mhm.
in between is getting across the bridge. And Margot,
Yes.
to your point, is that it is ego. When you're feeling less than, like Kathy said, he pointed out when being coached makes you feel less than, it makes you feel smaller instead of being open to how can I be bigger and expand, and how can this add to me and expand me, right? So that's all mindset. It's all mindset, guys. And it's ego, because when you feel less than, your ego is pricked and your ego's like, well, I got it going on. I know what to do, and I've been there, done that. Well, I said that for years. I had degrees on the wall hanging out there. Like I can, you know what I mean? Who cares?
Yeah.
It's a degree on the wall I paid a whole lot of money for.
Yeah, you did.
But if I couldn't do it myself, what good did it do, right? My ego was all up here, and then right? So Margot, and you have coachable people and you have non-coachable people, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
That should-
and Carrie, you even work with clients, and Kate have too. Your sister have worked with people who are non-coachable. They're just right. The
You
ego gets
can't
in
really
the
work
way.
with them.
The ego gets in the way. What happens when you know someone's ego is getting in the way, Margot? What do you do?
Usually I will, when I feel like I'm talking to them and they're not listening because they already know it, then I'll turn it around in such a way that I'm getting them to ask me the question till they realize they don't know what they were just talking about. If you can understand what I'm saying,
Yes.
you know,
That's a
if
skill.
you just open it up and you put it on their plate and something like, well, you know, I'd love to know what you do in this situation.
Mm.
And they go, oh, well, when I run into that, yeah, well, you know, I really don't ever face that, so I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
And how's
wow.
that going for you?
Yeah, I get that. But you know what I do? If it makes any difference to you, I don't know. But what I do is this. And all of a sudden they'll go, oh, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Yeah.
know, and it's making them believe. I go, and no offense, Dr. Amy, please don't hear this next statement, but it's kind of like when you're working for someone and you realize you need to make sure they believe it's their idea, whether it is or not, so you can be successful with it. Same thing when you're coaching.
That's what makes a good secretary, right, Margot?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
makes a good wife. That's what makes a good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've got
I
a
think it's
husband,
human nature. We all have to believe it was our initial idea to buy
Yeah.
into
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Whether it
right.
was or not, and whether the person whose idea it was is a big enough person to allow you to believe it is all the difference in the world. Because I've worked at places where I came up with the idea or the program and got 0 credit, and the boss took all the credit, and I just had to buy into it and teach the class anyway because I created it, I loved it, I knew it. What does it matter that somebody else took the
Yay. That's the
So-
answer right
Yeah.
there, Sandy. That's
But-
it doesn't matter. As long as you got what you wanted, how you got there is not as important as the fact that you did.
yeah.
And who gets the credit isn't the issue. The issue is that it gets done and
Yeah.
generally the way you wanted it done.
Yeah,
And
and you're
also-
right, Sandy. And that's actually how you lead yourself. You know, getting into the mindset is seeing your future self, but not just seeing, but feeling. How am I going to feel?
Yeah.
Have I felt that before? And then you feel into it, and then you're gonna be impelled from within. You're gonna want to get there.
Mhm.
You're gonna want to do that because you want that good feeling again.
Yeah.
And do you remember the first Tuesday in May, Dr. Anderson working on emotional resiliency. And it is all about making these 6 fundamental decisions in our brain. Emotional resiliency is called that big word called equanimity. Remember? Actually, Dave Blanchard wrote a book called Equanimity. It's that peace you get within when you keep a commitment to yourself. Honor, respect, dignity is equanimity. When you have
Clean
dignity,
conscience.
yeah, a clean conscience to yourself. That's that's the feeling of equanimity. Does that make sense?
Well, that's huge because as a Girl Scout, I learned whenever you make a promise, consider its importance, and when made, engrave it upon your heart. I
Yes.
have made promises
Wow.
to others in my life that I
Yes.
keep.
That
I
you
have
don't go
not
back.
kept promises to myself. It just occurred to me, there's the twist. I have always kept promises to other people. When I say
Yep.
I'm going to do something, by gum, I get it done.
Yeah.
Or like with
And
my
that goes
mom.
and that goes like the same as self-care, Sandy.
Yeah.
Put it on the calendar, have a date with yourself, you know, whatever it's gonna be, whether it's
Whether
you're
it's
walking or soak in the bathtub or whatever, or gonna go get my nails done, whatever self-care is to you.
Yeah.
If you don't put it on the calendar, it's probably not gonna happen because of that, because of what you just said.
Yeah.
What did he say? Decision. What did he say? A decision was, guys. Make a decision to. Do you remember? Remember the little graphic? On the to decide to make a promise to yourself that you're gonna XYZ. You decide, when you make that decision, you're promising that you're cutting off. To decide means to cut off. When you make a decision, there are no other options. A promise is a promise is a promise. When you decide is not, when deciding is not confining or constrictive, it's an invitation to freedom.
Yes, I love that. I
I
love that.
I screenshotted that and I sent that to everybody today
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it is so profound. You make a decision to promise yourself you're going to be healthy. You promise you. And if you keep your
Mhm.
integrity and your dignity and your self-respect, you're going to have equanimity in your soul and you're going to feel great about yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No matter what, one day at a
Yeah.
time. It's not
Yeah.
restrictive, it's not confining, it's not discipline, or it's an invitation to freedom. Love it.
Mm.
Your own personal emotional freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you to Sandy for saying that, because I realize I never keep promises to myself.
There
And
you go.
you think, if I make a promise to you or anyone else, I keep it. It
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
hard. It didn't break my back. So why is it so hard to keep it to myself? Never thought of that before. Thank you, Sandy. I am going to write this down and put it someplace.
Yes,
Maybe on my thing.
the Girl Scout promise, that's a great way to look at it. There's also the biblical way. When you make a
Yes.
vow,
Yeah.
you take a vow, you say, you do what you're going to do. You take a vow at the altar to marry this guy and not go back. That's a vow. That's a promise, right? Why can't we
Yes.
promise ourselves that we're going to be
Love, honor, and respect because you're
Yeah.
worthy.
love,
Yeah.
honor, and respect our own self-worth. Love,
Yes.
honor, and respect our own self-worth first.
Another thing that I think is important, and years ago, somebody asked me what I thought was one of the most important words in the English language, and as far as career and your life are concerned. And I said, the word is no. And they said, no. And I said, yeah, no. And they said, why no? I said, because it gives me a place to start over from. If I get a no,
What?
a place to start over from. If I get a no from somebody, I just go, okay, and I move on and start over. If they hem and haw and maybe and let me think about it and all of that,
Yeah.
it wastes my time. Tell me yes or no. If it's
Yes.
yes, we skyrocket. If it's no, I get out of your way and go about my business and get the next step done.
Yeah. And that's like I said, Alan, today. Alan, is it important to you? Yes or no? No.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And let your yes be yes. and
We're
your
not
no,
going to
no.
struggle with. Yeah, let your yes mean yes, no mean no.
Anything else is just
another
clutter and
biblical
confusion.
reference.
Think of how much time and coaching you spent trying to convince somebody of something that they're not going to be convinced about. And
That
if
they're
they
not
would
going to.
just be bold enough to look at you and say, no, I don't want it. Okay, fine. I'll move on.
But
Your
it's like my
decision.
relationship with Dr. Amy. For 2 years, she would call and check on me and are you ready how are you doing? Are you ready to do something? And then the time that she called and she said something about, are you ready? Are you worth it? And I thought, you know what? It was in COVID. I said, yeah, it's a lot of money, but I am worth it. And I'm
Yes, you
gonna
will.
stop listening to the other person here that says, don't spend the money. It's nah. And I started the program on April 7th, 2019. For the
Yay.
date,
Wow.
because you just asked me point blank or told me, or are you worth it?
Yeah.
I am. But all the other times she never gave up on me. She never stopped
Mhm.
calling me every once in a while. But that was the trigger. Because in the past, we had done other programs together when she was a chiropractor, and I had lost the weight and gained it back and lost the weight and gained it back every 5 years for a class reunion. But that trigger, her understanding that I wasn't ready but not giving up, and she's been on me to be coaching all this time, and I just say I'm not ready, and she drops it because she knows it doesn't do any good to pursue it until I say I'm ready.
No.
That's it.
I love you for that, Dr. Amy. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all along, Sandy had the wrong why. It wasn't the reunion. There was way more going on, right? It was the
Yeah.
wrong why all those times. And thank you, Sandy. I'm receiving what you said. I'm working on that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do, because I don't give up on people. No matter, you might give up on you, but I'm never giving up on you. So,
Thank you.
That's an
Thank you.
understatement.
and you know what? I will just say this, when you give up on you, because almost everyone does,
It's sometime, yeah.
I will still be here not giving up on you. Like, it's just, that's the thing, right? That is
Mhm.
just the thing. Because it's
Oh,
just the
me
way
too.
humans, yeah, it's just the way humans are. That's just it. And we gotta be there. We gotta be there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
And that's why the lifestyle is all about the emotional work and everything else. It's not just
Yep.
about the program and the fuelings.
Mhm.
It's about the whole self.
Yep, yep. So we'll end this recording here now. I know Deb has to go and other people have places to be. I invited some of you to stay on after because you're gonna keep doing this while I'm gone, and we're gonna kind of just chat a little bit. So I'll stop the recording, but
I
everyone,
just got one thing.
yes.
I just got one thing. Betty, I just want to let you know that you've inspired me because I have a hard time getting out of bed. And I'm going to get out of bed tomorrow and I'm going to do a little dance and then I'll run to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
Amen.
Yeah.
See how we help each other?
Check
It's
my
great.
Facebook post for
Yeah.
her story. I posted Betty's story with her waist
Yes.
thing. You
It was
guys,
a beautiful,
you.
Yeah.
beautiful
Thank
thing.
you.
Very nice.
thank you for sharing your actual, words of wisdom, Betty, with
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Love you. Have
Bye-bye.
a wonderful week, and we'll see you. I'll see you again personally, privately on May 1st. Have a
Okay.
great.
Have fun. Bye.
Okay.
Have fun. Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.